idiocy, as is usually the case. Now let's try this sauce, shall we? So it smells really weird. It's fresh fruit. It's got a fresh, fruity, minty quality to it, which makes sense because mint is also in the ingredients list. But it's not entirely fruity, and it doesn't smell obviously watermelon to me. At least it's not got that pinkness that I'm used to in a watermelon. It contains watermelon, water, vinegar, lemon juice, Carolina Reaper mash, which contains Carolina Reaper peppers and vinegar, then honey, spices, salt, fresh mint, xanthan gum, and that's it. So let's pour some of this into here. Not too much, because I want to give them something back at least. And then we're going to pop it over some chicken, as was intended. Now I have nuggets rather than the actual wings from the show. They're Eddie Huang ate, but you know, it's easier, more convenient, and also what's available right now. So let's give this a go, shall we? So that is very tangy, very minty. Doesn't have a ton of Reaper flavour to it, but it's definitely got something there. And heat-wise, all those cooling, refreshing elements hold it back for a long time, but it is now growing. And it does seem to be quite substantial. Of course, it's not going to be anywhere near the 1.5 million that they mentioned on the show, because that is the average Carolina Reaper's heat when dried, not the heat of a wet sauce that's just, I don't know, 5th ingredient Carolina Reaper, so 20% at most. It's an interesting sauce, has what I would consider an Indian vibe to it, which I wasn't expecting. And I do think Hell's Kitchen, who were the makers, if you remember, of the Rocking Raster, the one of the coconut curry sauces I reviewed a while back. I'll link that in the description. They did really well on that one, and they've done just as well here. This is a good sauce that uses watermelon well, without making it overbearingly watermelon enough to put me off. I'd say its heat is probably around an 8 out of 10. It's definitely not the hottest Carolina Reaper thing I've had, but it's a quite substantial full-on thing when it gets there, and it doesn't fade away. So yeah, I'm actually quite fond of this one. Which is quite a surprise, considering I'm not actually fond of its key ingredient, the watermelon, normally. But yeah, here alongside the vinegar, the lemon, cooked down a bit, given a bit of mint, it's very nice. And it does work quite well on chicken, but it could also go quite nicely on a Greek feta based thing. Maybe a salad, maybe some sort of wrap, I'm not sure. And yeah, it would go well with something Indian. I think it would also go very well with some lighter meats, maybe some fish. Possibly salmon, but I'm leaning more towards sort of cod haddock type. And yeah, if you see this one and you like a lot of heat, I would recommend it. It's a very unique, lightly refreshing taste alongside a strong amount of Carolina Reaper, even if it isn't a maximum of it. Now, I've emptied my little pot here, and I don't really want to use up any more of the sauce before I return it to the chili shop. So I'll link them down in the description, and I'll leave the video there. But I will have a little bit of my drink, which is just water, by the way. That's all I've got right now. Before saying, like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you next time for more quarantine content, or maybe even we'll be out of quarantine by then. Either way, see you next time. Bye.